Everyone, today we're going to be answering some frequently asked questions about the junior rugby program at our wonderful club. I'm joined by Kevin Brenders, who is the junior rugby director, and we're going to be going over everything that makes our junior program at the Oakville Crusaders tick. So if you are a parent who is new to the sport and interested in joining the Oakville Crusader family, you're in the right place. So starting with question number one, can you tell us a bit about the history of the Crew Junior and the mini programs?
Sure. The mini program has been around since the mid '90s. My early involvement was in the mid '90s, and it was started by a gentleman by the name of Bob Zach, who was just a great guy and instilled some really fantastic core values into the program of mass participation, getting out, having a go at it, having a great time, created a positive learning culture. A lot of age appropriate skill work, so evasion running. We play ripper rugby or flag rugby at that age where you rip the flag off and that's how you sort of make a tackle. But you know what? There's a lot of barbecue, a lot of freezies. The kids train twice a week, and it's all about getting them to come back and really want to get into the sport. Our junior program is dated a little bit further back, and that was the sort of the traditional U16, U18 program, and that's been going on since the late '80s.
Awesome. And what are the goals of these programs, especially catering them towards kids? And what are your goals for really the development of these kids?
Well, we really want families to feel like when they come to the crew and you sign your 5-year-old up, that there's actually a plan to develop that player, that boy or girl, from 5 years old until they stop playing their rugby, whether that's 18 years old, 30 years old, 50 years old, or 80 years old. So we've got a plan in place. So the early years are all about, as I said, mass participation, lots of evasion, lots of side steps and running with the ball, lots of ball touches, lots of modified games, having a great time. And then it transitions through U12, U14 into a little bit more of a structured environment. Finally, at U16, U18, we introduce strength and conditioning programs. There's very specific skill camps. We bring in a lot of higher end coaches to work with the kids, and it becomes a lot more competitive. But we want the families to know that there's from U5 to 18 years old, there's a plan in place to develop their player and let them take the sport wherever they want it to take them.
How was Crew able to keep these kids involved and kind of part of the community during the pandemic and the lockdowns when we couldn't do rugby as normal and we couldn't all be physically as together as we would have wanted to?
Well, it's as we talked about before, it's been a unique year. Our plan was, number one, engage the families with positive social media posts, right? Just different ways to stay fit, stay engaged. Some of them, videos and through Facebook and Instagram, some of them funny, some of them about training, some of them about training on your own. Back in July, we were actually able to come back together, and then late July, early August, we were able to start training again. The focus was on, we actually looked at it as an advantage, actually. The focus was on really getting the kids 3 times a week, tons of pass catch, tons of decision making. I'm talking about at the junior level now. And really just really trying to upskill our player group, and the coaches responded to the challenge of this unique year, and I think the players fed off that, and they responded in spades. It was actually a really good autumn. The little kids rugby, the mini rugby, that was flag based. It really wasn't that much different than a normal year, and as I said before, the parents really dug in and made the culture along with the coaches really fun. If you showed up at the park on a Thursday night this past August and September, you would have said, boy, it's just like a normal rugby year. Everyone was just having a great time, and it's just a great feel, especially on those big park nights like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings.
So on that note too, what does a normal year look like then? Post-pandemic, hopefully soon we can kind of get back to this as well.
Yeah, well, at this time of year, it's January and it's snowing outside. So a lot of our planning goes into place. But in a normal year, we'd be organizing our try rugby events where people come out and give the sport a go, give it a try. We would be running our indoor winter skills academy. We would be running our strength and conditioning programs for the older juniors through one of our local partners. So we would be very much in preparation mode. We would be starting our coaching meetings and coaching clinics to make sure everyone's, number one, registered, but number two, that we're reinforcing with our coaching group the concepts that we all want to play with. And then heading into the high school season. So in Canada and Ontario, the high school season normally runs May and June. Heading into the high school season, it's a bit of a quieter period for us, but we would be preparing for our tennis-side tournament at the end of May, and then jumping into league play for both the minis and for the junior teams for mid-June. So we would do in June some exhibition games and then jump into the regular season. Our championship weekends and playoffs start beginning of August. So we have about a 7-week season, and then we do playoffs. With that culminating sort of the last weekend of August at the big Ontario Festival. After September, we have a fairly lengthy 7-a-side season, and we enter teams into all the 7-a-side divisions. And we will go up to the last week of October with sevens. And then it starts all over again, where the kids jump into their strength and conditioning and their off-season training almost right away. So it's really become sort of a 12-month opportunity for the kids to play, but we structure it so they can pick and choose what they want to be a part of. We recognize that many of them are multi-sport athletes, and we have to structure it so they can jump in and out of the program.
So on that note too, what makes these camps so compelling to the kids, and what keeps them coming back? What are the kids you find love about these skill camps?
The skill camps that we do, yeah, great question. So we run a number of different camps. So I'll talk about the junior camps, and then I'll jump into our mini camps. So how we try and develop the players, and you may ask me about this again in a few minutes, but how we try and develop the players is we try and make sure that individually they're very skilled rugby players, and we find that the camp structures are a great way for us to reinforce skills, just time on task, just repetition. So our plan is we bring very skilled coaches in that the kids would respond to, and we work on individual facets of the game. So last year we were fortunate to have Andrew Ferguson as our kicking coach. The year before that, someone named Kieran Martin, who was outstanding, and we do the individual kicking clinics. We've had big names like Matt Tierney come in and do scrum clinics for us, and we do a scrum camp. This year we did a functional movement camp and a speed camp, which was a takeaway from the Tropical Sevens tournament that we went down to 2 years ago, that we needed to work on that. We needed to work on our functional movement as junior athletes. And then our other camps, which is the day camps, we run those. We have a leadership and rugby camp. We've got a junior varsity skills camp run by Don Crows, who's a fantastic coach. And then we've got our little kids camps, and those have been running for a number of years. We used to use a third-party vendor with that. We decided to bring it in-house a couple of years ago, and we built off the really great things that other partner was doing with those kids, which was, hey, just get them out, get a whole bunch of them together, have a really great time, right? Play a little bit of rugby, but at the end of the day, let's not think that we're something that we're not. And we just want them to have a really, really great time, like any other summer camp. And so there's lots of slip and slides, water balloon fights, all, capture the flag, all incorporated with rugby skill sessions. So, the little ones love our summer camps, and full credit to the counselors. They're amazing. They have a great time. We've used Taylor Hurd, Jessica Hurd, and Taylor Black. It's nice when the one of the Canada Fly Halves is your summer camp counselor. So it's just a really great time, and the kids are coming back in droves.
So, and the next question here is, what is the cost of playing junior rugby?
The cost of playing junior rugby. So for the minis, we really try and keep it we try and keep it pretty affordable. So there's not, you've got your Rugby Canada dues, you've got your Rugby Ontario dues, and then there's a modest club due on top of that. So all in, you're looking at about $300 to play 5 months of rugby with the minis. That amount of money, though, gets you insured for the entire year. So the events that we run throughout the winter, that insurance for the minis applies all the way through. For a junior program, there can be a number of answers to that. But in a normal year, our core pricing would be about $400. About half of that goes to insurance and Rugby Canada, Rugby Ontario dues, who are our partners and our administrators as the National Sports Organization and the Provincial Sports Organization. The remaining approximately $200 goes to run the club. So that pays for jerseys and equipment and all those things. If you want to get involved in the S&C program, there's an additional cost to that. And depending on the number of times the player wants to train throughout the week, it could be $80, $160, or about $240. And that's with in gym with a trainer in a group setting. You add in our kicking clinics, that might be $60 for 5 sessions of a kicking clinic or a scrum clinic or the running clinic. The winter program is an additional $250. So what I try and do is I have my core pricing, right, which the junior family pays, but then you almost a la carte pick out all the other programs that you want your child to participate in or the child wants to participate in. So you can really customize the cost and customize the skills and the camps and the clinics that you want your child to go to or the player wants to go to. So I've always said that I try and keep the cost of our program, if they did every single thing they could, strength and conditioning, rugby in the summer, rugby in the winter, to under $1,000. And that might even include a weekend tour away. So that's how we do it. If you want just the basic, it's $400, and then you kind of layer costs and layer programming from there.
That concludes our little FAQ video for those who are interested in coming to play rugby at the Crew. If you're willing to learn more, please visit our website. It'll be linked in the description of this video. And we would love to see you out there in the field, because rugby truly is, I think, one of the best games in the world to play.
Yeah, come on out, check it out. Thanks, Danny.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.